If I lived alone. This is where I live. My mommy and daddy live here. My big sister Frida and little brother Roger live here. Sometimes it's noisy in my house. Sometimes it's crowded in my house. Sometimes I have to be quiet because Roger is asleep. Sometimes I wish I lived alone. If I lived alone, I could have a room all to myself and everything in it would be mine. I could sit quietly all by myself, or I could make as much noise as I wanted whenever I wanted to. But if I lived alone, I wouldn't have anyone to talk to when it rains and thunders. If I lived alone, I could eat chocolate ice cream for breakfast, vanilla ice cream for lunch, and strawberry ice cream for dinner. And I could eat as much as I wanted. But if I lived alone, I wouldn't get to have any of Daddy's super duper flip-flop pancakes. If I lived alone, I wouldn't have to share my toys and books. But if I lived alone, who would read to me? If I lived alone, I could stay up as late as I wanted to. But if I lived alone, who would hug me and kiss me and tuck me in bed? If I lived alone, I wouldn't have to help set the table, or pick up my toys, or do anything I didn't want to do. But if I lived alone, who would help me tie my shoelaces? And who would put a bandage on my knee if I fell down? If I lived alone, who would play baseball with Daddy? Who would help him weed the garden? If I lived alone, who would help Mommy with her sculptures? Who would talk to her when she takes Roger for a walk? If I lived alone, who would listen to Frida's secrets? Who would share Roger's crackers? I guess I can't live alone, because if I lived alone, everyone would be lonely. Tigger's Family Tree. One crisp fall day, Tigger asked all his friends to go bouncing with him. But nobody would. Poor Tigger felt very lonely. Roo tried to cheer up Tigger. I have a mother, said Roo. Maybe you have a family too. Hey, that would be great, said Tigger. But I don't know where they live, Tigger said. Maybe Owl can help, Roo said. So off they went to Owl's house. To find one's family, said Owl, one must first look up one's family tree. Tigger and Roo searched and searched for Tigger's family tree. Yoo-hoo! Family tree! Tigger shouted. Finally, they gave up and went back to Tigger's house. Tigger sat at his desk. Roo sat on Tigger's desk beside a pile of letters. Oh, where are those Tiggers anyway? Said Tigger. We've looked everywhere. Roo picked up a letter. Maybe there's another way to find them, said Roo. I'll write them a letter, said Tigger. Dear T-I-double-G-R's Tigers, greetings. Please drop by any old time. Love, Tigger. They put the letter in the mailbox. Now there's nothing to do but wait, Tigger said. Tigger and Roo waited. And they waited. After a while, it started to snow. Finally, Tigger said, I might as well face it. There aren't any other Tiggers. Tigger sadly went back inside. Roo wanted to make Tigger feel better. He decided Tigger's friends should write a pretend letter to Tigger from his family. Owl wrote, Dear Tigger, just a note to say, dress warmly, said Kanga. Eat well, said Pooh. Stay safe and sound, said Piglet. Keep smiling, said Eeyore. We're always there for you, said Roo. Wishing you all the best. Signed, your family, finished Owl. I got a letter from my family, Tigger said the next morning. They are coming to visit tomorrow. Tigger bounced off to get ready. Oh dear, said Kanga. He'll be so sad when they don't arrive. But Roo had another idea. My family, said Tigger. I'm so happy to meet you all. Roo? Tigger asked. Why are you dressed like a Tigger? Piglet, Owl, Kanga, and Eeyore? You're not my family. Tigger left the party. He went back into the woods to find his family tree. He came to a tree covered with stripes. But Tigger could not find any Tiggers in the tree. It wasn't a Tigger family tree after all. Tigger, Roo said, coming up behind him. Are you okay? Tigger looked at Roo and all his friends. Maybe you are my family, said Tigger. Of course we are, said Christopher Robin. Christopher Robin took a picture of Tigger and his friends. It's my family picture, said Tigger happily. My family. Daddy Monster cooks dinner. Daddy Monster is making dinner for Baby Monster. What do you like to eat for dinner? Grover takes care of Baby. While walking home from the playground one day, Grover dropped his ball, and it rolled right under a baby carriage. Please excuse me, said Grover. Oh, hello, Marcia. Who is this? Hi, Grover, said Marcia. This is Max, my baby brother. I'm taking care of him while Mommy and Daddy are at work. Oh, he is cute and adorable, said Grover. What do you do with him? I play with him, take him for walks, help feed him, give him his baths, and put him to bed, said Marcia. I would like to take care of a baby too, said Grover. I have a new baby cousin named Emily. I, lovable, helpful old Grover, would take good care of baby Emily. Grover waved goodbye to Marcia and Max. I would let Emily play with my toys. I would show her how to climb mountains, go through tunnels, and leap tall buildings in a single bound. If baby Emily came for a visit, she could take a nap in my zoo. I would help her get dressed. I would introduce Emily to all my friends at playgroup. Oh, I would be so proud. But what if she tore my picture? Oh, I would be so embarrassed. Mrs. Brown would say, "Never mind, Grover, we can fix it." After playgroup, we would go shopping and for a walk. We could do our exercises together. 1 and 2 and psst, psst, 3. Now touch those toes. We could play peekaboo and eensy weensy spider. At dinner time, I would help my mommy feed Emily in her high chair. I would tie on her bib and make sure her milk wasn't too hot, and cut up her carrots and wipe up her dribbles. At bath time, I would be ready. I would pour in the bubbles and test the temperature. Then I would duck. At bedtime, I would help Emily listen to a story. Then I would sing her a lullaby, kiss her nose, and turn on the nightlight. I would even let her borrow my teddy monster to cuddle. Good night, baby Emily. I, Grover, would be a big help, he said proudly. Oh, Grover, I am so glad you are home, said Grover's mommy as she opened the door of their apartment. Guess what? Aunt Betsy and Uncle Ralph are bringing your baby cousin Emily for a visit. Would you like to help take care of the baby? So when Emily came, Grover fed her in the high chair. He tied on her bib, made sure her milk wasn't too hot, cut up her carrots, and wiped her dribbles. Grover, you are very good at taking care of baby monster, said his mommy. Family pet. Baby monster is petting the kitty. Do you have any pets in your family? What pet would you like to have? Bedtime stories. Daddy Monster is reading a bedtime story to Baby Monster. What is your favorite bedtime story? Sweet dreams. Mommy Monster is kissing Baby Monster goodnight. Who tucks you in?